Good morning. Morning, folks. Morning, Ash, Griffey, Martin, Dill, Audrey, John Silver. Hope you guys are all well. Excuse me. Let me know if I'm coming through okay. Don't know if anybody... Morning, Nick. Nick, what were you doing up at 4 a.m.? Do you ever sleep, mate? I saw you posting ideas here. Where is it? Members trade ideas. 3:46 in the morning. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I was up late last night. I was watching, I don't know if any of you are football fans, but I was watching the Real Madrid Man City game, which was obviously quite good. Don't know if anybody watched that, but anyway, I was up until about 2 a.m. watching that. Morning, Darren. The markets never sleep. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I saw it this morning. I'm like, Nikolai's up at 4. Yeah, so Griffey, I fell asleep, right? I fell asleep, I think, around the 80th minute on the couch. Just obviously dozed off for 10 minutes. I woke up. Oh, yeah. I woke up, right? And I was kind of confused. I was thinking, right, the game's over. Man City scored. It has to be done. And then I woke up when it took me a second to realize, Jesus, 2-1 Madrid. So then I watched the extra time. But yeah, unbelievable. I'm hoping that Liverpool do the quad, but it just seems like a year that maybe Madrid wins it. You know, they've had that run. Let's see. I would like Liverpool to do the quad. You know, I think as well, the Newcastle game for City, I know I'll get into trading in a second, but the Newcastle game for City is really important on Saturday. So let's see how they recover. But yeah, good game. Good game indeed. Yeah, they're professional, aren't they? So they probably will take it and let it go. Very similar to trading. It's done now. You just move on, you move forward, and that's what I'm personally doing. I will put a video today on my annual performance. Obviously, not been great, but like I said, it's nothing I can do about it now. I was talking to a mate of mine who's down like 60%. You know, in terms of tech, he's quite tech heavy in the markets, and you know, general other people, they're saying they're getting battered, and you know, I'm complaining about being 3.1% up, and that's, you know, I do have a right to complain because I think I should be doing better, but you know, ultimately I'm still in the green. Yes, I'd like to be better, but you know, there's still many months later. You know, there's many months to the year to go, and there's a lot of things to be excited from. You know, and I always do. This is generally true. I always trying to start the day on a positive note and think about the positive things, because, you know, as I said, even though there's been a few trades that have been frustrating, that have not gone my way, there's a few trades, specifically the pound, that I never took. You know, 18% being left on the table due to psychological errors. But, I mean, what am I meant to do? We move forward. I think she can play, and even when in profit, want to be better isn't something bad. Yeah, actually, absolutely. You know, absolutely, Nick, absolutely. And I was complaining when I was 12% up in January, because I'm like, I should have taken this, I should have taken that. But anyway, I'll go through what I'm doing, because as I think, you know, I think doing the aggressive strategy, it's kind of got me in this testing phase, which I haven't done for quite some time. So it's probably about due that I go back and kind of do this. And I do feel that with the aggressive and with the breakout retest, I think the breakout retest is fine. It's actually been performing pretty well of recent, kind of keeping me up, really. I think that side of things is fine. But specifically this breakout, I feel that there is a beast here that I'm going to unlock over the next couple of months. So this is what I'm doing. I've just taken my first trade, and using the Swiss that we just took, that we obviously lost -1 on. I will go in and do the other 4 or 5 that I wrote down. I think it's good to get, this is not just picking the best ones, but I think it's good just to get data on as much as I can. So specifically the pound ones and the other ones we've done, to get a bit more data. Obviously, I need a lot more than this before I can go live. But my idea is here. So I've got here my 4-hour stop. This is the original stop, and here is my categories for the 30-minute latest anchor. This is what I'm personally thinking. So I've got my original trade management, my first section, right? I take my full off at 1-to-1, which I think may be interesting because, you know, we think about the last 4 or 5 trades, they've all hit TP1, in which case it would have been a 10% gain rather than a very slight negative. So maybe there could be something in here with the aggressive strategy compared with taking full at 1-to-1. because of the amount of TP1s. You know, if you think about it in terms of, we'll go back to football, right? If you have your big man up front and then you have your smaller, quicker man, it kind of, you know, it kind of mixes quite well. But let's see how that data goes. I've got Hoyer take full off at 1.5. I've got here full SAR, no partials. And I've got full swings, no partials, right? That's with our 4-hour original stop. 30-minute stop, latest anchor. I've got 30-minute original trade management. That's the same as this category here. I've got 50% at 1.5 and 50% runner. 50% at 2R and 50% runner. 50% at the SAR and 50% runner. I've got full SAR and full swings. Both of these last ones, no partials. So what I'm going to do is obviously go and find this data. Now, just right off the bat, we can see here, you know, the kind of eclectic nature of what we're getting. Obviously, with our latest trade, with a 30-minute anchor stop, we would have been out of all of these, but it's only one trade. And at the moment, our 1-to-1 R is winning. So this will be really interesting, and it's something I have to say I am, you know, very excited for as I move on, and it'll be interesting to see the data that I get, and also accounting for that I do feel like I'm a better trader than I last tested. So, you know, if I can get to the stage where I'm bringing a lot more to the table than I was previously, and possibly, you know, question my previous beliefs on what my trading style should be. So let's see. No, this isn't the aggressive. This is purely breakout, Griffey. So my aggressive is using the SAR, one trade, very similar to NZD CAD. So it's just one trade, taking it aggressive, sell the candle or buy that candle on volume, and coming out as this morning. Let me get my pen up. Epic pen. 1 second. So just waiting for that, basically the dot at the other side of price to get me out. So I love the SAR. I actually really do like it in terms of a exit indicator. But this one was good. This NZD CAD was a beast. 10% on this one. So I did put the results on aggressive this morning. I think I have them here. So with that oil loss, you know, running about 26.2%. And I do feel like I can increase this win rate as I go along. There was 1 or 2 here that I didn't quite like, but I took, as I said, I think I'm just taking them to get to that 20. The edge is there. And yeah, let's see how that goes moving on. But yeah, this is specifically for the breakout. Specifically for the breakout. So let's see. So I'll go and do the pound pairs. I will obviously update you guys on everything I'm doing, but I do feel like there's a beast here. I do feel like there's a beast. And it's exciting. It's exciting. Okay. I'll let you type, Griffey, before I go on. Just having my lemon ginger tea. But another thing, and I will kind of mention this in my YouTube video today, is, you know, when I think about my 2022 performance, and this is sometimes where just telling yourself, like, you know, it's going to be good. There's excitement in the future does help. You know, I do think about that 18%. I do. I'm not going to lie to you. I do, and it does frustrate me. But it frustrates me less and less every day as I keep going on, right? Because I see these things that I'm trying to do, and I say, well, do you know what? It's never a loss, it's always a lesson. All those kind of sayings do ring true, where you're just trying to improve and improve and improve it as you go along until you get to the point where you're a great trader. And, you know, you never just go and say, fuck this, you know, this is bullshit, I quit. Just learn from it and go on, no matter who you are, no matter how experienced you are. And it's just the best way to look at it. I was looking for min 1 and 2 on your aggressive, which is normally where your normal entry is. Maybe you should look at that also. What do you mean here? Minute 1 or 2? You mean a 1 minute chart? Oh, min 1 to 2 R, do you mean? I'm not 1 to 2 R, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm just going to try, I'll just use that SAR and just let them run as much as they want to run. You know, the idea being that it's that pre-breakout where, you know, you're looking for it to break the area and continue like this. Obviously, they're not all going to go like this, but Yeah, the payoff I think is around 2.5, maybe a little bit more now. I'd have to redo the stats, but I'd still like to get the win rate up a little bit. It still is a selective strategy. That personally is what I like. I know what kind of personality I have. I know why I'm in the markets. It's not to sit here and trade all day. It's to have that passive income, which hopefully is a large income, but you're doing it an hour a day, and you can go off and do your things. That's why I'm personally doing it. Yeah, normally where my entry is. Yeah, okay, so very similar, Yeah. Yeah, I was speaking to Aaron yesterday, and he was saying that he was like, I actually think your aggressive is better than the current strategies you have, and some respects I kind of tend to agree. And this is not bashing my strategy at all. It's still profitable, right? It's not bashing it. It's just trying to improve it. But I really like it. Really like it. Yeah. So let's see. The future is bright. The future is bright. Right, let's get into the market. So the market seemed to like what happened yesterday in terms of the FOMC. So what do we think now from a technical perspective? We still have to say that we are in pullback mode from this recent drop, right? We have to say that. But the pullback has a little bit of strength, a little bit of decent bullish pressure into it. I've not gone risk on my risk sentiment. I think there's still a little bit to go before we do that. From a smaller time frame perspective, we are a little bit climactic into this key area, i.e. our downtrending anchor. Could get a slight reaction here. So until we break through this area, until we get a bit more bullish sentiment on the daily, although it does look good, I'm not going to go full-blown risk on. I'd like this to come down a wee bit. We could get a potential setup here, which would be good, right? From a technical perspective, do I still believe that this market should rise? Probably not. The inflation fears were kind of calmed a wee bit, but anyway, that's by the by. From a technical aspect, our momentum and our mindset has shifted on what happened last night, as long as we get that follow through from it. So in terms of SPX, I'd like a little bit of a pullback here from yesterday's price action, which could in turn lead to a potential trade on that head and shoulders from that dip to the upside. Okay, indexes, obviously I do like long, generally speaking, historically speaking, but it's still not out of the woods just yet. So it does look good, but it ain't out the woods. From a technical, pal sucks. Yeah. But, I mean, do I buy it? No. But, and then this is what the market's seeing, right? This is what the market is seeing. So let's see. Let's see what the technicals give us. I think the technicals may take a hold right now. And, yeah, let's see. Dollar as well. Dollar. This is another one that I don't want to go heavy on, just like saying the market's going to push. I don't want to go heavy on market pushing. I don't want to go heavy on dollar weakness either. Because there is a case for dollar strength. Absolutely there is. And again, from a technical perspective, okay, the day yesterday wasn't great. Okay, we could be in a larger pullback from this area, but similar to the SPX, we're not out the woods yet. We're not out the woods here at all. The bias for me, we could be creating that ABC. If we do get some bullish momentum as London opens up to create that ABC for continuation, break above B wave would be a good confirmation for me here, right? This would actually look okay from a decent corrective from that latest impulse. So today and tomorrow, I mean, obviously we've got NFP tomorrow as well, so it's very news heavy. Very news heavy. Be aware of that as well. So what is my personal bias for the dollar? There's no reason to buy it yet, I don't think. We have to accept that this bar is here. We have to know that it is still counter trend, but I don't think it's given me anything just yet to say sell this dollar or even buy this dollar. So my key areas would obviously be a break underneath these lows and a break above B wave. That's what I'll be looking at in terms of dollar, and my sentiment will remain neutral until one of those things happen. But in terms of sneaky suspicion, I think the dollar continues to rise. Had a really nice 20-1 winner on that real game. Oh, excellent. Real to qualify an extra 20R. That's good. 20R in your trading. Real to qualify. Good bet. Good bet. Well done. Okay, watch list. Watch list today. That's not my watch list. Where are we? Yeah, we've got the UK 100. So the UK 100 is probably the most interesting that I looked at this morning, depending on what's happening now. Okay. So, yeah, we can say we've had a pullback. I still don't massively like it, but the dominant candle here is a bullish one. The market seems to like what's happening yesterday. From our large reversal, we could call this a pullback, albeit not a very nice one. So confluence is there, certainly with this little piece of price action or recent price action we've got on the daily chart, where our dominant candle is obviously a bullish one, and we are pushing up to that key area. 4-hour perspective is nice. You know, we've got our slight V reversal here on the 4-hour pullback. Outside bullish engulfer coming on volume, obviously on roughly around that news, and it looks good for moving up. Looks good for moving up, testing those highs. So what we're looking at in the 30-minute or 1 hour, we have broken the area now. Context is really nice. You know, this context is really nice. Here, if this was a 4-hour chart, would that be an aggressive? No, not enough volume. Anyway, I would say if this was a 4-hour, that could have been an aggressive entry. But yeah, this is good. V reversal, pullback, healthy corrective, slight little pullback here prior to a break. We're not as worried about that type of price action as we are with the breakouts. So looking for this to push through, breakout, retest, roughly around that 20, continuation to the upside. The good thing about it is because we had this slight reload, we've got a decent stop location here. So if we do push through, potentially here, catalyst on increasing volume, continuation to the upside. UK 100, I really like that. Obviously, we can look at this on the 30-minute as well. This is still okay. You know, I want a real push through and a retest. It may go, in which case, obviously, we don't get involved in it. But UK 100 is certainly my favorite on the basket today. I think it's difficult not to be confusing. Yes, yeah. It's a very strange, right? It's very strange to give a clear bias. Very strange. And maybe that's why, for me, trading has been difficult, because there still is, despite what's happening, a lot of uncertainty, and markets don't like it. So, yeah, we'll see. UK 100, so yeah, UK 100, potential breakout retest to the upside. Oil shifting that momentum of a downward bias to an upside bias. This context is good. Not a breakout here unless we decide to come back at this point in time. If we fake out to the upside, slightly fake out, which we're doing here, reload, I would look at that for a breakout. If we do break out, I can look for this as a breakout retest. You know, from a daily perspective, that bar yesterday has changed things. And if we, again, a very simple thing like shifting your level from here to here does give you a different perspective, right? Because now you're looking at, okay, you know, this continuation and up we go. Do I agree with it? No, but the technicals are telling me that. So decent outside bullish engulfer that not breached that area. We've got our double V in here. This looks nice. So we have the confluence now with that with yesterday's bar, and you can see on the 4-hour, this is probably, in terms of a breakout retest, not quite a breakout just yet, but in terms of breakout contest, it's A class. You know, really nice in here, pushing through, and just ideally for a breakout, we're looking for that. Again, you know, maybe if we even get a little bit of accumulation here, that would be okay. But I don't want it to break just yet. I always rather the breakout, because the breakout retests are a little bit more rare. But a 4-hour breakout retest is something that I really like. So oil does look good to the upside, and looking for either some accumulation or a break and a retest. Bitcoin had a decent day yesterday. Bitcoin and Swiss yen. I'll go through Swiss yen first. Swiss yen 4-hour. I've put this on because the V is there. It is a counter trend idea. I'm not a massive fan of this higher time frame confluence right now, but I'm also not anticipating taking this trade at any time this week. So from this V, I would like this to push on a little bit. Potentially aggressive up in here, potentially depending on what the daily looks like for a break to the downside. So I have put it in. I just, with how the market looks and how we potentially may move forward, I think the yen possibly now continues to weaken off, in which case I don't think we get the setup, but I could be completely wrong. You know, I could be completely wrong, and we have that initial reaction, and the market kind of steadies itself and says, well, do you know what, all is actually not that great, and potentially we continue on down. So I'll keep this on the list, but essentially that is kind of what I'm looking for in Swiss yen. Need that daily to turn around a little bit, so I'm a bit more confident in a counter trend short idea. And finally, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the 4 hour is off. The breakout retest is obviously off, but the daily's not off. So as I said, from the daily perspective, we still wouldn't mind this coming back up to, you know, roughly around this area, that 40, 60 fib area. Do you want me to put a fib on, Nick? You love me putting fibs on this area. You know, somewhere around here, 40, 60. Potential aggressive short. It still is a longer term downtrend. So this bar, albeit, yes, it's nice. We've seen the reaction that we've had quite a few times. But depending on what happens now, like, are we going to get the same reaction we got here? Big moves. If we don't, then I'd still be confident, you know, short in that market. You know, it could be that, you know, initial reaction to the support zone because of what's happened before. Remember, markets are made up of individuals, people. People remember what happened before, so they'll say, well, I'm going to pick a buy order roughly around this area because support has held quite a few times. But if they get less out of it, and, you know, that's obviously the premise of the patterns, then Joe Blogs is going to be like, well, I'm not going to take a buy down here, in which case we're looking for that squeeze and break underneath the lows down to that 30K mark. So Bitcoin needs a little bit more pullback, but I still do like the idea of shorting it still. Yep, so that's it for today. Anything you guys want me to look at? Any questions you have? Remember, tomorrow is the fun day where I get to give away some money. No 50K this month, but I will give away $200 in cash. Still haven't got any bribes, unfortunately, but they are still welcome. And I'll do that I think I'll do that same time tomorrow. I'm not going to stream on YouTube tomorrow, so I'll do that on this stream. You can't do anything for that. Remember, you have to be a full member. I think everybody in here is. And I actually don't know who's going to win it yet, actually. I need to have a think today. Right, anything else you guys want me to look at? Any questions? So what time did you go to sleep, Nick? Just what's your normal routine? I'm just thinking, because I've seen you so many times at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I know you're younger than me. But I couldn't do that anymore. Couldn't do that. Round 5. Fair play. I'm going through my last 2 tests and then off on the real deal. Well done, Martin. Yeah, it's this is good. I mean, it's good to see your progress over the past. I mean, how long have you been with us now? 6 months, maybe. Same with a lot of people. Ash, you know, it's great to see like so much progress where you're now passing free trials. Get up around 8 or 9 to train, sit on the charts and work a little, then nap once or twice a day. Okay. Seven for me. Go to bed between 3 and 5. Fair play to you. I couldn't do that. I struggled to stay up past midnight now. Yeah, I bet so. A lot of coffee. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not a coffee drinker, actually. I've never been a coffee drinker. This is my lemon and ginger tea. I usually have that every morning. That was my morning routine. Clean my desk. Usually take the dogs for a walk, although Royce is in daycare today. He's at school. And then I start trading, do my scan. Come on here. Have my breakfast after this. Go to the gym. Proper routine I've got going on. You might have a problem. All right, guys. I better go because I'll just end up speaking all day. Anything else you guys want me to look at? Any charts you're looking at before I head off? If not, remember to join in tomorrow. Always a good Friday stream on NFP day. So beware of that volatility as well. And remember the milk. And always remember the milk. And remember the eggs. And let's level up, huh? 2022. It's going to be a good year. I can feel it. I can feel it. All right, guys. Have a great day. And I'll see you all in the morning. Trade safe and peace.